Our Sticky Love, when a rom-com meets a crime thriller. Our Sticky Love begins with our female lead, played by Jung Ha, asking a question, what kind of genre do you like? And that's actually a very appropriate way to begin the series because Our Sticky Love seems to have trouble deciding what genre it wants to be. It's a romantic comedy and it's also a crime thriller. And somehow these two extremes blend together surprisingly well. Because when Our Sticky Love gets dark, it gets really dark. Young Ha is a prosecutor investigating a powerful mob boss. Unfortunately for her, he's already onto her. She's captured and tortured. We're not talking about the kind of sanitized violence you might expect from a romantic comedy. No, we see the mob boss burning her fingers and having her beaten pretty bad. Later, when one of his own subordinates betrays him, we see how brutal this man can be when he has the man's Achilles tendons cut. The series makes one thing clear: this is not somebody you want to trifle with. This pictures the Godfather, Al Pacino being dropped into a rom com, but he's still being playing the Godfather, or Marlon Brando. That's kind of what you're getting in this movie. That's those darker elements of those movies probably makes up about 20% of the series. And there's about the other 80%, because when Our Sticky Love decides to be a romantic comedy, it goes completely the opposite direction. After being tortured, Young Ha loses her memory. She wakes up in a hospital with no idea who she is. So naturally, one of the things she does is look into a mirror, and she's impressed. Apparently, she may not remember her name, her job, her family, or anything else about her life, but she can still recognize that she's good looking. She's checking herself out, admiring her physique, and basically saying, well, who I am, at least I got this on me. She checks out her abs. She gets the good abs. She looks down her shirt, She likes the size of her breast. So, she knows she's fine looking. And the comedy continues when she's told that her boyfriend is come picking her up. Every time an attractive man walks into the hospital room, the show gives us the K-trauma treatment. The music starts, the atmosphere changes. Everybody just walks in slow motion. Wind blows into her hair, and so you get the little rom-com. It's very funny. When this movie wants to be funny, it is hilarious. When it wants to be dark, it is dark. Just beware of... don't let the beginning take you away and not wanting to watch this movie because it's something you weren't expecting. Of course, then you have another scene, another example of the funny of the movie. Here we go. The comedy of the movie is that it's raining outside and Young Ha is standing beside her doctor as a truck approaches a puddle. You know exactly what's coming. Normally, this is where the male lead heroically pulls himself in front of the woman, but in this case, he's the one that spins her around, so she gets the full blast of the water in her face. And naturally, she loses it. She screams at him. And that's basically what you're going to get in Our Sticky Love. 1 minute, you're watching somebody being tortured. But in the next minute, you got funny moments like that. And I shouldn't say minute by minute. It's usually the big first episode, you do get some heavy stuff. But then for like the next 6 or 7, it's basically a rom-com, pure rom-com, and then maybe a minute or two, you'll get the hardcore stuff. But one thing the writers and the directors of this wanted you to know is they wanted you to fear the mob boss, because he is very cruel, and so they wanted you to know that this guy is dangerous, and he stays dangerous throughout. And then, of course, at the end, he gets a pretty good sob story. Overall, Our Sticky Love is a very good series. Very great K-drama to watch. Young Ha plays her character brilliantly. And I haven't even talked about the greatness of the male lead here, played by Jung Hae-in. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. I know him. I loved him in One Spring Night. I thought he was fantastic in that. He also was in movie last year. on played with Jung Min or something like that. But anyways, he's great, very versatile actor. But this is the first time I see him actually in a fighting movie where he's actually doing like fighting moves and stuff, and he does a pretty good job in that as well. Does I will say one criticism of the fight scenes that they do seem very K-drama style. So it kind of could take you away from it. But overall, I found this as a fantastic show to watch. Love the comedy. Didn't have that stupid let's break up because didn't really have a breakup episode. They do kind of separate, but it's because she's doing her job of getting evidence against the mob bosses, and he's doing his thing and trying to protect her. So you do get that little bit of a separation, but it's not a whole episode of, both of them crying and moaning over each other because they're separated. It's very brief, and they both got their reasons for it that makes sense, which a lot of these K-dramas, especially the rom-coms, the breakup doesn't make sense. In this movie, at least when they're just separated and not broken up. Anyways, enough about that. It's a great show. You should check it out, especially if you have Netflix. You're a K-drama fan, you'll like it. Even if you've never watched a K-drama before in your life, this one I would say is a good starter episode. So definitely check out Our Sticky Love. All 12 episodes are out at once, so you can binge watch it if you like, and it will be very easy to binge watch. I find myself watching 4 or 5 episodes a night, especially with my time. It's something very hard for me to do. I had to put away stuff because I'm so interested in the show. Anyways, that's what I got to say about Our Sticky Love. What do you guys think about it? Do you enjoy it? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, bye.